an event you won't want to miss. I think the number one thing that I take away from this is the challenge. You're always challenged on multiple levels, mentally, physically, spiritually. We've been challenged every day since we've been here. You've got to come here, take some time out, do it. It's a great experience. You'll never forget it.
Hey everybody, we're going to take a quick little break here. I want to stop and thank our new sponsor. If you're serious about getting your time back and scaling your business, then SMA Support Services is your secret weapon. I use SMA for all of our support and admin tasks. Everything from back office management, day-to-day admin, even a call center. Their team frees up my staff to stay focused on high-level, revenue-generating activities. And that, let me tell you, is a fucking game changer. SMA isn't just support. They're a partner that keeps our operations running smooth and efficiently. So if you want to focus on growing your business and leave the support work to the pros, hit up SMA Support Services. Hey. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another webinar episode of I Still Don't Know What the Fuck We Call It, but we are here to talk about how to utilize virtual assistants inside of your organization so that you can work smarter and not harder and get shit done. So usually on these episodes, we have Adam Patterson join us. Adam is deciding to get full citizenship, apparently in Germany or something. I don't know. He's fucking moving there. So he's not available today. And so we said, who would be the perfect fucking guest to have on that can talk about operations and using VAs inside of your organization. So I'm going to bring to the stage and introduce my friend, Daniel Robosky. Daniel, how are you today, sir?
I am good, man. As usual, always on the road.
Where you at?
In Nashville currently.
Okay.
Heading to Indiana for some family stuff for the night, but home for about a week. It's the armpit of America. Yeah.
I know how excited you are to go. I know how excited you are to be there.
Oh yeah.
So anyway, thank you for joining. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
This will be fun. So what we like to do here is we take a little bit of time. I want to use this 20 minutes or so that we're here to give people an opportunity to educate them on why utilizing VAs inside of their organization is beneficial, how to use them, and why the only one you should fucking work with is SMA, right? So tell everybody a little bit about what you're doing now and what your expertise is, and then we can kind of get into, how you utilize them in your company.
Yeah. So everybody who knows me knows I'm an operations person, right? I don't dabble in anything outside of my lane. So
other than event planning.
Yeah, apparently. Not my favorite thing to do.
Sorry.
But here we are. But with that being my skill set, it's always been I can fit into really any type of company. I've worked in roofing companies, I've worked in PA firms, I've worked in insert company here, right? Currently I am with Meritage Partners, they're an M&A firm. So a lot of the PE conversations that everybody's talking about, we fit right into the mix of all of that. And across our company, we have 8 VAs now. I think we just brought on another one last week, and it is really about finding those things that, quite frankly, you suck at, and filling that gap with somebody who's going to be dedicated to doing what you need them to do and doing it really, really well.
Yeah. I mean, I guess talk for a second. I know one of the conversations that we had at the first Legacy Ready Drive event was the fact that having, like, so our company, for instance, having 6, 7, 8 VAs inside of our company and being very systematic about our approaches and how we use them operationally inside of our organization, how much more attractive that makes us if we were ever to be in that M&A space down the road. So there's all these companies that are trying to figure out, how do we automate? How do we make ourselves more attractive? In my mind, like, this is one of the key things that you can do to make yourself more attractive, right?
Oh, absolutely. And there's the two biggest things. There's 2 really big things, and there's a couple little trickle ancillary ones that will kill a deal in a heartbeat. One, your book's being fucked up, right? Like, just across the board, if your financial stuff is not in order, it's going to kill a deal, because how do you assign a valuation to something that you can't really look at and quantify? The second one, and usually what we see is operational issues, right? And so having the VAs in place and knowing that they're dedicated to completing certain tasks, they're dedicated in certain departments within your company. If you've gotten to a point where you have multiple, is no different, and quite frankly, probably better than you hiring your buddy Dave to be your production manager, doing takeoffs, writing estimates. And the home service space in particular is so nepotistic that at some point you got to start trimming the family tree and putting other people in those seats. It is really attractive to PE firms. They're looking at you as a potential into this conversation, but I know that it's easy to either plug you into what they've built already, or use you to have other companies plug into. And that starts with operational integrity and financial integrity.
So you're cutting out a little bit, but
yeah,
you're cutting out a little bit, but it's okay. You're coming back now. But I think the big thing I think that you were saying too, though, is, like, again, it's the difference between hiring your buddy Bill, right, to come in and fucking, run certain things, and then understanding that Bill might leave, right? Where you have this team of VAs that are knocking out all of these super important tasks that have to be done on schedule, on time, all the time, is going to be a lot more attractive to people, because if you were to go into that space and merge and join or sell or whatever it is that you're going to do, you have all these people, like, they're not going to go anywhere, right? And it's very easy to add, subtract them inside of your organization to either grow you or shrink you or whatever it is that you need to do in that season of your business, right?
Yeah, and one of the cool things that SMA does that I have not seen, and I'm not saying other companies don't do it, but I know for a fact SMA does. If my guy Tony gets in a car accident tomorrow and I never see him again, the person that comes in behind him has access to every bit of training and platform stuff that Tony and I have built over the last year, right? And so there's a relatively seamless interchange when you have to replace somebody, if you have to replace somebody. We've been fortunate enough, we haven't needed to replace anybody. Everybody that we've had to come into our ecosystem has been phenomenal at what they do. You obviously go through the growing pains a little bit, but it's just really it's no different than hiring somebody else than, figuring out if they're going to show up to work on time or whatever the case is. And these guys are dedicated to going above and beyond. I think when you and I were on that panel at Win the Storm, I talked about Tony doing, paying attention in these meetings. We're having meetings with private equity companies and investment firms and, companies trying to sell. And he picks up on people's personalities, and he picks up on the little weird shit that they say. And then after the meetings, he's like, "Hey man, I don't know if you caught this or not, but I think that dude's a snake." And I'm like, "Huh, I didn't." And I'll go back and review the transcript, and they're like, "Shit, he actually caught something I didn't." So they're not just a piece they're not a cog, right? Like they're the cog and the lubricant and the octane and all the things that you need to really push your company forward.
Yeah, and the cool thing is so I can speak to the experience of having to replace somebody, right? We had one person that, we gave them a lot of rope and they couldn't do the thing that we asked them to do. And if that was somebody that was inside of the organization here, it would be a significantly harder thing to release them and then newly train somebody else that's going to take you months to get them back up to speed. And I called up Mary and was like, hey, this person isn't working out. We need to figure out, like, we've tried to correct the behavior. We've tried to do all these things. It didn't work. What are we going to do? And she was like, I'll have you a new person trained up and ready to go in 2 weeks. And fucking that was it. And we did. Like, in less than we had somebody fucking in that seat that's doing 1,000 times exactly, better than the other person, but like what we needed to do. And it's so much easier to have that conversation, right? To be able to be like, hey, you handle it. I'm not going to handle it. And retrain.
And they're very direct and very blunt in what they're doing, right? There's no gray area. It's like, hey man, you're not performing, goodbye. We've just been lucky that we haven't had that happen, but because of my relationship with you and my relationship with Adam, like, we do have a little more candid conversations from time to time, and I'm like, so a lot of times it's not the VA's fault too, right? Sometimes it's a personality conflict, sometimes it's shitty expectations, because I think sometimes these folks hire anybody, whether it's a VA or not, and they just think that they already know what the intention is, and if you can't explain how you want this task to be done, your VA nor anybody else is going to get it perfect, right?
Right.
So, but it's also a good exercise for you as the owner to go through, like, how do we order materials for this job, right? Who does the takeoff? Who's writing the estimate? Who's sending out the invoices, right? Because we've stepped into a lot of companies where everybody just kind of knows what they're doing, but it's not written down anywhere. And if Margaret takes a vacation day, part of that process is fucked, right? And so it's a good exercise for you as the owner as well to go through this with these people. And quite frankly, the VA pool is willing to learn. They have a motivation to learn. There's just those cultural differences that they don't want to fail. They want to be successful, and they don't have they don't need a safe space and a day off.
Right. What are some examples of other things that you have VAs doing inside of Meritage other than like Tony?
So we have a social media person. So Audrey, she acts as Brian's assistant, and she does all the social media stuff for us. And then we have another VA that does nothing but CRM management and client outreach. We have our CRM set up to where, like, clients go delinquent if we haven't talked to them in 30 days, until they say, hey, we're not ready or whatever it is. And she keeps track of all that. We've got one that helps out with all the financial analysis, and it's called a SIM. It's a confidential information memorandum, which is a lot of fucking syllables, by the way.
Yeah.
But they help build those, and that's SIM's basically this 50-page slideshow PDF document that tells a potential buyer everything that there is to know about your company, right? And it's speed dating, right? It's like, here's this document, read it, and if you think she's pretty, let's go on a date. So we have them building those. I mean, they have their hands in everything, right?
Yeah.
But I built it that way on purpose. I'm not saying that's the way it should be for everybody, but working with Brian and saying, okay, if we want to scale this to beyond where it is, we need to take some weight off the people at the top who are handling and wearing all these hats. So what's the easiest way to do that? Let's get rid of for example, we got somebody's financials in yesterday, and in order for us to run the financial analysis, they have to be structured a certain way. And well, you've went through it, you saw it. So like that by month spreadsheet, brain dead shit, like the VAs do that before it ever gets to our actual CFA, right? So he doesn't have to go through and do that. So, I mean, we're saving him a week of financial analysis time by the VA doing it in 2 daes.
Right.
So.
And significantly less expensive than having that person do it, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. A few $100s an hour cheaper.
Right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, that makes a huge fucking difference.
Well, and it's a quality of life thing too, right? All of these things circle back to a quality of life conversation.
Right.
So,
yeah,
but they have their hands in pretty much everything.
Yeah, because you get to focus on what you're fucking really good at, right? Like you get to focus on the things that you excel at instead of having to fill in all of these voids of all of these things that, like shouldn't be taking up your time, right? And doing
Right.
these, $10, $15 an hour tasks.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was, go ahead.
Good. Go, you're fine.
I was just going to ask you, how was Germany? Were you in Germany? Oh, boy, he fucking cuts out
Sorry.
just when I ask him a cool question. You back yet?
I'm back. Can you hear me?
Okay.
There you are.
Yeah. I said, how was your trip?
Germany?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good. It was cold and rainy.
Cool.
But yeah, the whole time. Like if you look at any of the pictures we posted on Facebook and stuff, we're all in like jackets and it's raining. And but it was cool for us because like we got to do a lot of firsts, right? Where that's a big thing for Amy and I. It's noting the things that you didn't do before you met that person, and we've been together for 14 years, so you're running out of firsts. But we got to knock out a bunch. We rode on a train for the first time. Went to Paris. Went to Luxembourg. Went to the Louvre. My brother get promoted, and went and got to see my nephew play a soccer game Saturday, and then flew home on Sunday.
Nice. So it was a good trip.
Yeah, it was exhausting, but it was good. Jet lag whooped my ass on the way out. Coming home didn't really do anything. Like I was fine coming home, but going out there, yeah, whooped all of our asses. Because we flew overnight. We left here at like 2 p.m. and landed at 9 a.m. in Germany.
Maria is telling me that my audio sounds like shit. So there's another thing that your VA can help you with, is that my audio sounds like shit. I'm sorry, everybody, if my audio sounds like shit.
It sounds perfect on my end, but I'm in the stream, so it could be.
Oh yeah,
it sounds great where I'm at, but it's if they're watching on Facebook, I don't know where all you have it streaming. I know Facebook. That might be a Facebook issue. How was? No, you haven't gone yet, but you're getting ready to go to Egypt, right?
Tomorrow morning I leave. Yeah, tomorrow morning I fly to New York. Fly to New York tomorrow. I'm having dinner with Dan Lee, and then and then I'm flying out Saturday afternoon and heading on an 11-hour flight to Cairo. So
I'm jealous. I wish I could have made this one.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be cool. But you get to come on Exhale. So we got Exhale in April. So that's going to be awesome. Okay. So as we wrap up, for the people that are watching in the replay and whatever, if you were a business owner that did not have any VAs in their company, had never really thought about it, and they don't even know where to start, where would you tell somebody to start? I know my answer to it, but where would you start in bringing in a VA into your company?
Oh, I'm going to be overly critical of that statement. It depends on who you are, right? So if you're especially like roofing company owner and you're very sales centric, you're going to need somebody to really act as an assistant, like checking all your emails and scheduling and all that kind of shit. If you are very operationally minded, I think the conversation becomes a little bit different, and it's more of a putting that person in a place to be supportive for your sales guys, because you won't be, right? So it depends on how you have the structure, but my knee-jerk reaction is to tell people, bring in that assistant that's going to monitor your emails. And I mean, I forward my phone calls to them, right? If I'm out of town or if I'm at an event, I forward my phone calls, and I get a Google sheet every night of who called me and what they wanted.
Oh, I haven't done that yet.
Take that, Eric.
Well, Maria, you're watching. You might start getting my phone call. Sorry. My suggestion to everybody is to, based on what Daniel said, was identifying who you are and where those parts are, is go read the fucking book, Buy Back Your Time by Dan Martell, because then you'll actually fill out a worksheet that figures out all the things that you need to figure out how to delegate that aren't in your genius and that are taking up your time that you shouldn't be doing. Because then once you have that done, then you can start having if I bring in virtual assistants into my company, these are the things that I can start putting in that delegation quadrant. So that's what I suggest everybody to do first, because then you can identify, to your point, who you are and who you are and what those strengths are. So it's about doing the homework beforehand so that you can be able to execute it properly on the back end, right?
Yep, absolutely. Because here's a little piece to think about too. If you don't need a person to physically do it, you don't need a guy to physically go quality control a job. You don't physically need a material, like those guys, cool. But like if it's not them, bring in a VA, right?
Yep.
I can't tell you how many times people have told me, well, I just don't know what I'd have them do. Oh, you'll figure it out real fucking fast,
Real
because
fast.
you have like 3 tasks and you're like, you going through my emails and pushing these buttons for 4 minutes. You'll take up your whole day. And then like 45 minutes later, they're like, what else do you need me to do? And you're like,
Right.
shit. Okay. Well, what else can you do? Right. And that's how we got people falling into some of the things that we have them doing in Meritage. Like we got to a point where we're like, well, shit, we were really only tasking them out for like 3 hours a day. And one of the guys came to me, he's like, I really like doing this. Like I helped Scott with it one time. I really like doing it. We're like, congratulations. You just earned yourself 12 more hours a week of shit. But thankfully, something that you like to do.
Right.
So yeah, it's huge, man. And I like when people bring a VA on, because there's always that reservation for the first couple of weeks, and they're like, man, it's a fucking nightmare. And then like about 3-4 weeks later, they're going, I don't know what I would do without this one. Like I say it all the time. I'm like, if Tony were to disappear, there's a lot of shit in my life that I have to go back and like vacuum up, right?
Yep.
And I'm not interested in doing that at this point.
No, I know. I wouldn't know. I said once I started using SMA and I started using the staff there, I said that I will never again hire anybody inside of my organization that doesn't have to be in the field. So if you're not in production or sales, then it is an SMA staff member every fucking time. Every time. And one of the biggest reasons, and I've said this on here before, is that there's nothing I love more. No sound. There's nothing I love more than at the end of the day getting the text that says, thank you for today.
Yep.
And they actually genuinely mean it.
Yeah. Our team does the good morning texts.
Oh yeah, right? I get those too, but I get like you got like 90 of them, and you're like, I can't say good morning to all of you. Like I can't.
we started using a platform called Roam, and it's like a virtual office. It's amazing.
Oh yeah.
And we used it at Revolt. So shout out to Hunter. But at that level in the group that was working over there, I don't know that it was as functional as what we have it being now. But what it does is it allows constant interconnectivity between the guys who are doing field stuff and the VAs. Like it's constant, easy. So every morning there's like the deal team. Everybody's like, hey, good morning. And so it's cool. It's cool to see it.
I want to learn more about that and how you use that with the team, because I think that is very interesting.
What do you guys use to communicate internally now?
Pronto.
Oh yeah, I could replace that.
It's similar to a Slack.
Yep. I fucking hate Slack, by the way.
Yeah, I do too. I hate Slack. I do like Pronto, but like I'm very curious about what's it called? Roam?
Roam. Yeah.
How do you spell it?
ROAM.
No, it's just Roam. I figured there's a Z and a 9 or fucking something in there. Yeah.
an ampersand in there for no reason.
Yeah. Okay.
I think the website is ro.am.
Okay. All right. But you like that, huh?
Oh yeah, no, I love it. Because it has a lot of different, it does your meeting minutes, and it'll keep track, it'll transcript them without recording the call. You can also record your call like you do on Fireflies or anything else. It has a webinar feature built into it, so you can have people come in to like a theater if you're doing a larger webinar, and they can not disrupt you giving your presentation. Everybody has their own independent office, so people can knock on your door, in quotes, ask you a simple question. There's no video, there's no nothing. It's just like, it's almost like a walkie-talkie. Hey, Eric, fuck off. And then you just leave the office and you're done. It flows like a real office. And then you have meeting rooms and for video meetings and everything, but everything's housed within Roam at that point. So we used it to reduce our tech stack.
Interesting. What all did you get rid of?
We got rid of Calendly. We got rid of Fireflies. We got rid of WhatsApp. We got rid of Signal because we were using Signal for secure deal conversations. Roam has that. So Calendly, Fireflies.
How'd you get rid of Calendly?
So Roam has own integrated. It's called their lobbies, and so like I can send you my lobby link, and you can just grab time with me throughout, just like you do on Calendly, or Google has it now in their calendar thing too.
Can you use that with clients then too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So like we have, if we have clients that need to talk to us or whatever, like we'll give them the lobby link, and like I can make you a guest and a permanent guest for my office, and you can jump in anytime like you worked for us. Right. But then I have another link that's like for people, they can come and knock on my door. And it could be a voice conversation. They can come right into a meeting room if I need to. Like it's pretty legit. I'll send you a link that I sent out to our guys the other day. It's an onboarding like thing. I'll send it to you so you can look at it. It's like a 30-minute onboarding call with Roam when we did it.
Okay. Yeah. Send it to me. I'd like to look at that just with all of our staff everywhere. It'd just be nice to look at that.
And it's $18 a month per user for all of that shit. So like it's cheaper than Fireflies. It's cheaper than all of them. And it looks good aesthetically. It's not shitty and clunky looking. It's pretty legit.
Yeah. And if it replaces 3 or 4 different techs anyway, then it pays for itself.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, as we wrap up here, is there anything that you want to leave everybody with on what why they should fucking look up SMA?
I have not met a single person that it didn't make their life easier and their business better. Yep. Period.
Good answer.
The only people that would even enter that conversation are shitty humans, and they can go fuck themselves anyway.
Yeah. And I would say the caveat to that is not caveat, but the other side of that is the reason that I always tell everybody is I only like to work with good people in good companies. And this is a company with good people. And I don't even mean just the VA staff, but the people that fucking run it, that are the leaders in it, that are the managers in it, that like know everything about it. Like they're all genuinely good people that give a shit about every company that comes on board and gets onboarded, because they want nothing more than to make your team successful. And that's not always the case, because generally it's just like, okay, how much more money can I make? How much more money can I make? How much more money can I make? And everybody on the SMA team, and I've met everybody pretty much, all has the same mindset of like, they genuinely give a fuck about what you're doing in your business.
Yeah. Well, and every time you say something, I'm like, oh, we need 5 more minutes to discuss what the fuck you just said. So perfect example of that is SMA's gone out and gotten their people where they get certified in almost every CRM that lives in the roofing space, Job Nimbus, AccuLinks, whatever. They've done it with Claim Wizard. If you are a public adjuster and want to bring in a VA, they're Claim Wizard certified. Like they're going out and actively building these relationships to get a fundamental understanding of all of the technology that they would be using. So when they come in, they know more about the tech piece than you do.
That's huge.
You just don't see that anywhere else, because their people actually give a shit.
Nope, you don't. So if you're watching today, if you're listening today, I guess not listening, it's not a podcast, but if you're watching today, if you don't have VAs inside of your company, suggestion number 1, go get the fucking book, Dan Martell's Buy Back Your Time. Go get that book, read it, fill out the forms, the worksheets that are in it, so that you can figure out how you can utilize VAs inside of your company. Then reach out to me, Daniel, Adam Patterson, Chris Durall, whoever, to get on an onboarding call to learn how you can bring people inside of your organization to make your life easier, give you some of your time back, and grow your fucking business. Daniel, thank you for being here. Thank you for taking the time. I know you're on the road. You got a call coming up. So do I. But I love being able to do these educational pieces for people so that we can figure out how to help them grow their business and just be happier. So thank you for being here, boss. I appreciate the fuck out of you.
Yep, you as well. Thanks for having me.
Bye.
Bye. Hey, everybody. We're going to take a quick little break here. I want to stop and thank our new sponsor. If you're serious about getting your time back and scaling your business, then SMA Support Services is your secret weapon. I use SMA for all of our support and admin tasks. everything from back office management, day-to-day admin, even a call center. Their team frees up my staff to stay focused on high-level, revenue-generating activities. And that, let me tell you, is a fucking game changer. SMA isn't just support. They're a partner that keeps our operations running smooth and efficiently. So if you want to focus on growing your business and leave the support work to the pros, hit up SMA Support Services.
This is an event you won't want to miss.
I think the number one thing that I take away from this is the challenge. You're always challenged on multiple levels, mentally, physically, spiritually. We've been challenged every day since we've been here. You gotta come here, take some time out, do it. It's a great experience. You'll never forget it.